Sybil, a clinical analysis by Brady and Griffiths. Character description. Sybil Dorset, played by Sally Field in the miniseries entitled Sybil, seems like a nice young girl studying art in New York City. She keeps to herself and doesn't talk much. She's very kind and the children love her, until she has an episode on a field trip and has to get a full psychological exam. Sybil's Big Five personality profile. Sybil as the host personality. Conscientiousness. Most people would rank Sybil relatively high on the conscientious scale. She is very organized and does things with a clear purpose. She is though an artist and would love to let go. Extroversion. Sybil scores low on the extroversion scale. She has no friends and prefers to keep herself isolated from most people. She lives alone and doesn't know how to properly interact with other individuals. Agreeableness. Sybil has a moderate level of agreeableness. She loves the children and they love her. We see this in the beginning of the film where they play Follow the Leader. She is very kind, although she is not very dependable. Her episodes in front of the children make her unreliable. Neuroticism. Sybil has high neuroticism. Referring back to her low extroversion, Sybil is very lonely. She also gets frustrated very easily when she cannot control her outbursts. She's also very anxious. Her personalities double as voices in her head throughout the film, so she always feels like someone's out to get her. Sybil's openness to experience. She has very low openness to experience. She has a strict routine that works for her and doesn't want to stray from that. In the film, she has to be coerced to participate in therapy. She doesn't even want to do something that could possibly help her. If it weren't for Sybil's condition, I feel she would be more open to experiences. I think she's afraid of living. Sybil's psychological disorder. I'm diagnosing Sybil with dissociative identity disorder, more commonly known as multiple personality disorder. To be diagnosed with this disorder, a person must have 2 or more separate identities, each having their own personalities and stories. Sybil has a whopping 16. Sybil's disorder fits into the DSM-V category of dissociative disorders. Before Sybil's true diagnosis, doctors presumed she had schizophrenia, which is consistent with her Big Five analysis. Symptoms. One psychological symptom of DID is an altered state of consciousness. Sybil experiences many of these daily when she switches over to different personalities, which are triggered by noises or images that remind her of snippets from her past. First seen when Vicky, one of Sybil's alternate identities, makes a call to the doctor claiming Sybil is going to jump out the window. Another symptom of DID is memory loss, amnesia, or blackouts. When Sybil is first in a doctor's office, she completely loses awareness of time. These usually occur when Sybil drifts off into another personality. She has no account of what is done when she is these other people. This is also seen when Sybil ends up in the water in the beginning of the film after an episode. Missing symptoms. Another strong psychological symptom of DID is depression. Sybil doesn't seem to possess this quality of depression. It is believed to be absent because she has suppressed the events that would cause her to be depressed. These alleged events of her past include severe abuse by her schizophrenic mother. Treatment. This condition cannot be cured but can be somewhat controlled with methods of therapy. The long-term goal of any treatment would be to help Sybil control her episodes so that she doesn't harm herself or anyone else. One possible method of therapy would be hypnosis, to try to get Sybil to surface those suppressed memories. I believe this method to be unethical. If the patient has no idea what is happening to him or her during therapy, he or she cannot consent, and I don't think that's right. I think Sybil would need to talk about her condition in therapy, and talk about why she does what she does when she is one of her other 15 personalities. This is effective because it would foster a sense of control for Sybil. Misconceptions of film. The disorder seems to be an accurate display of Sybil's story. No 2 patients with DID will have the same struggle or be affected the same way. One myth the movie portrays is the miraculous cure. DID cannot be cured, and Sybil does not possess the ability to pick one personality she wants to live for the rest of her life. Psychological disorders in film have to be radical and over-exaggerative to keep the viewers entertained. Directors and writers usually over-dramatize stories, giving us skewed perceptions about reality. If a movie is our first exposure to a psychological disorder, we tend to believe it, and then expect anyone we meet with that disorder to possess those radical symptoms, which is almost never the case. The end.